looks nice.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to AutoHeadz. Thanks for checking out today's video. Today we're going to do a step-by-step grill swap. We're swapping out the old Lexus grill for a brand new ISF style grill. After a lot of research, I was able to find a very close to OEM style ISF grill on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. This thing looks incredible. It looks like it's from the factory. I think you guys will really enjoy this one. Let's get to it. All right, first thing we got to do is pop the hood.
Pop the hood.
All right, so the first thing we got to do is to remove this little factory shroud, this plastic piece. Now, the factory push pins, they're kind of nice. You just literally press in the middle and the pin comes out. I didn't have the factory push pins with this Lexus. I bought it secondhand, so I have these little replacements that I got. So to get these out, it's a little bit of a technique. I'm just gonna take your pry tool, kind of get underneath and wiggle back and forth, and then the pin will come out. If you have the factory pins, it's really easy. You just press in the middle and they come out. Now, these next little pins, these are from the factory. So the same kind of technique applies though, and they're built a little better. You just gotta take your pry tool, get it underneath the groove, lift it up a little bit, and this will come out. These are the factory pins. There is a little bit of a technique. Make sure you do that, otherwise you're definitely gonna break them. And there's gonna be 4 of these. There's really only one bolt we have to contest with. It's going to be this right here in the middle. It's going to be a 10 millimeter. Next, we got to kind of remove a portion of this weather stripping. And I'm going to do this in a way where you don't have to remove the whole thing, which should be kind of nice. But basically the technique is you're going to pull the weather stripping and then peel it back. There's going to be 2 on this side, 1, 2, and then another 2 right here, 1, 2. You don't need to remove this whole thing. I'm going to show you how. And so if you come on over here, I drew some little arrows with some white paint, and the arrows here are going to allow you to not have to remove this whole thing, which is kind of a pain. If you look down under here, there's these little tabs. This tab is what's holding the inner part of the grill to the bezel. So there's one right here, and there's one right here. So as long as you know where those tabs are located, you're not going to have to remove the entire weather stripping. Behind the grill, there's a bunch of these like little clips that are holding in the bezel and holding in the grill itself. On this side, you can see it. You can see it's chrome. It's a different color right here. There's this like little chrome clip, and you're gonna push that chrome clip in just like that, and there's one on each side. Same thing with this. This is actually part of the grill. This one you're gonna kind of push out, and then we have a few more down here. The main one is right here, and then another one right here. All right, so let's remove these little clips or free the clips from the grill. The chrome one is the bezel. This is the main one that's holding in the grill. Now that I actually have the grill out, it might be a little easier to visualize those tabs I was talking about. I painted them. The two ones in the middle are these ones right here. you kind of have to push down. So I guess you'd be, if you're looking at it from this way, it'd look like that. One right here, one right here, another one right here, another one right here. These are the tabs that have like the biggest lip on them. And then if you move over to the side, you can see there's another one right here with the arrow there. You can see it. One on each side. Then this one right here and this one right here. And these two. Some pressure, you might have to use some pressure to get this bezel off, but I haven't seen too many people break these. These are actually pretty substantial little clips, so don't be afraid to give it a little pressure, but don't go nuts with it either. And you can see how, you know, you got the bezel clips. 1, 2, that's the bezel clip. And then you can see right around here, that's where all those clips go in, around the chrome bezel. And then up above, these are where all the clips for the plastic grill itself go in. So that just kind of gives you guys a better visualization of what you kind of need to push down on to remove this grill. All right, so we didn't have to remove this whole weather strip because I'm showing you kind of where this clip is located. So you're not going to have to remove this to find it. So if you look down here, we peel this back. There's a little clip right here. And there's another clip right here. This is going to free the bezel from the grill itself. So just kind of push down on this clip. Push down on this one. And then on the inside, you can see there's like a little bit of a lip that's just kind of holding the rest of the grill in place. Just kind of give it a little pressure. And the whole grill will just come free. All right, next, if you want to use the factory emblem, which I suggest you do, it's not too hard. You just need a heat gun and a little pry tool, and we can get rid of this. Let's go inside. I'll show you guys how to remove this without damaging it. All right, now that we're inside, I'm going to show you guys how to remove this emblem in a way that's not going to damage it at all. If you flip the grill over, you're going to notice there's 2 little metallic pins left and right of the emblem. Other than the double-sided tape, these are the only things that are really holding the Lexus emblem into the grill. Now this double-sided tape, granted this has been on the car for over 15 years, so it's definitely, you know, it's definitely part of this grill at this point. So I had to use some serious heat. I probably had the heat gun on for a solid 3 or 4 minutes, moving it back and forth. And then I took my pry tool, I kind of took the blunt edge, and right after I was done heating up the Lexus emblem, I just gave it a good push on both sides. That push is going to give you enough room to sneak the pry tool up underneath the emblem. Then you're going to want to take the other end of your pry tool. If you don't have one, I'll put a link in the description so you can find it. But I just took the edge of the pry tool, it's nice and thin and a soft plastic, and just kind of worked it underneath the emblem while pushing on that pin from the back end with my finger. I just slowly worked around the plastic area. I kind of removed the backing with the pry tool. The 3M tape kind of separated from the emblem, and it came up pretty easy. All right, next you're going to take some 3M tape. I cut it in half with the razor blade because it was still a little too thick. And then I just kind of wrapped it around that Lexus symbol. Just take your time. You want to make sure you don't have any tape sticking out past the edge of the Lexus symbol because you will see it once you put it onto the actual grill itself. Remove the tape. Make sure those little pins are lined up nicely, and then give it some nice gentle pressure. Move your thumb around the edge of it for a good bit. Make sure all the tape lays flat against the emblem. Just wanted to give you guys a quick close-up of what this grill looks like. I'm very happy with it. It's as close to an OEM ISF grill that I've been able to find online. So while I had the bezel removed from the grill, I actually took the opportunity to use some ceramic coating, and I ceramic coated the bezel, and it actually came out really, really nice. Again, over 15 years old, that bezel looks really nice with a nice layer of ceramic on it. But all you're going to have to do to get this back on, again, reverse process. You can see there's like a little plastic lip. Just tuck that lip in and make sure where I had those arrows before, make sure that those tabs are lined up, that the plastic grill is lined up with the bezel. You'll hear it snap right into place. And it's very easy, pretty self-explanatory. Just make sure everything is lined up, that all the holes are lined up, and that's going to ensure that when you put it in, you got no issues at all. All right, so to get this grill back in one piece, we're going to focus on these chrome tabs first. So you're going to come down, and these are where the chrome tabs go in. So just get it all lined up. And if you're looking down at it, you can kind of see where it fits in. Slide that in, look to your left, slide that in, and then just don't push it all in yet, because you need to get all these tabs to fit in properly. But the metallic ones are the kind of the hardest to line up. So I'm lined up on both sides. Next, I'm going to be getting this tab right here. There's one on each side. So then, while lining up the metallic tabs, I'm going to get this one in. Make sure these bottom ones are pushing through. And once you're all lined up, I gave it just a little push. Make sure you look down and see all these plastic tabs are through the holes, which they are. Give it a little bit of pressure. We're lined up. So all the tabs are in. Now we just need to lock it in by giving it a little bit of pressure. Everything feels really snug. All the bolts are perfectly, or the push pin holes are perfectly lined up. I've never used, this is the first time I've done this, but I gotta say this Armadillo brand is really, really good. If you can see, everything is perfectly lined up. It just looks really, really good. And also, this is one of the first true ISF grills that I've seen for the style-wise. You can see it has the horizontal lines there. Most of the aftermarket ones don't have those horizontal lines. They look a little different. There's like a backing. So this looks really, really nice, and it looks OEM. Now it's just reverse order. We're going to put our push pins back in, button everything up, and that's the end of the install.